Welcome back to the Schooner and Hopp beer review. We're just here sitting with the Goose Midway Session IPA.
So we said we're going to stick to Australian brewers. It's not actually an Australian brewer.
But they are brewing in Melbourne.
Yeah, they brew in Melbourne. They went there in 20th of April last year. So they've been around for a little while now. Have a sip, Corey. Let us know what you think, mate.
Oh, boy.
Oh, damn hops.
That's actually
really nice.
That's quite fruity, quite hoppy. There's no real bitterness to it either. It's just a clean hop and citrus taste.
Oh. What? Listen to you.
That's delicious.
But yeah, I actually really like that the hops are there, but then because a lot of beers you'll find if they get really hoppy, you'll have that nice hops and then you just get smacked with all the bitterness. Now, I don't mind bitterness in my beers, but there are a few that get hoppy and the bitterness is just overpowering.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of overwhelming, especially when you start going into IPAs. But they've kind of notioned this beer with titled Session IPA.
Yeah.
Which I reckon you could probably just have called it a pale ale, really.
Yeah. Yeah, look, you could say, it's a real hoppy pale ale, but I suppose, it's not like your typical IPAs, because if you're going for those, you're expecting a lot of bitterness, because that's what they are.
That's kind of why you go for an IPA.
But I tell you what, if I was to ever go for an IPA, this is the one I'm going for now.
Yeah, this is... I've had it on tap, but it doesn't taste...
No. This is probably the first beer I'm having in a stubby that I'm thinking is better in a stubby than on tap.
Yeah, the one when I had it on tap, it just kind of felt more like a session ale as opposed to being this kind of hoppier, more full of flavour.
Yeah, I didn't really notice much when it was on tap. The flavour wasn't completely there, whereas this is just whoa, it's good as.
Look, one thing I would say is I probably wouldn't want to let this warm at all.
Yeah, that's a good point. Ice cold. Only way to have that. Not like that honey stuff we had.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's a bit of a comparison, because the honey one was just, the bee's knees was just like nothing. And then a bit malty.
After taste, whereas this is just, you sip.
It's here.
It's whoop. There's that fruity, citrusy, hoppy flavour, and then you just get a nice, clean finish, and it just really makes you want to sip it again. Hence, I guess, why they call it a session IPA. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
You're doing pretty well there. There's not much more we can say about that. That's just really good. So, I
guess we should probably rank it.
We'll rank it, yeah. I think
justify the ranking. I think it's pretty clear where this is going for both of us.
Bloody hell, yeah.
Blew it away.
That knocked off my session ale. That's been there since the start. Sorry, Coopers.
That session ale from Coopers was still pretty nice.
Oh,
but I have actually had no desire to try it again.
I suppose, actually, out of those up there, Bee's Knees I'd get again, because it was a bit of a different flavour. I don't know when I would get it, or for what occasion, but
you were just like, it's different.
If I saw it, I'd be like, oh yeah, I like that. Whereas, but that's the thing also, because you've just got pale ale, a pale ale is a pale ale. And, I suppose it says it's a session ale, but it's a pretty heavy flavoured session ale.
Yeah, this is more of a session. But I'm not sure if it really deserves to be called an IPA, just because IPAs are typically very...
Oh, like we've been saying.
Bitter.
Yeah. No, I think it's just that cutoff that is why we're saying maybe it isn't like an IPA to us, because it just stops exactly where an IPA is meant to finish. That's where this one stops and just cuts out that bitterness that usually, I don't know, every now and then it'll have me go woo, because I'm just not a bitter guy.
Not a bitter guy.
You're anyway, guys,
sweet dude.
Oh, stop it. Anyway, that's top of our list. So
top of our list.
Go and try it.
Oh, this was a nice...
Jeez.
Very good beer.
We'd normally say go to a venue and get it on tap, but no, go to a bottle shop and get this in a stubby.
And enjoy it with some friends.
All right, guys, cheers for joining us. We've been Schooner and Hopp, so come see us again next week for another beer. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
That is brilliant. I'd do another 5 beer reviews on this. Just so I can keep drinking, so I can justify why I'm having it every other day.